Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number one between Knife Party and Can't Counterpick Stupid. We did go ahead and have Knife Party won the coin toss, and we will be going ahead and seeing bans on Barax's Holdout and Towers of Doom from Can't Counterpick Stupid, Sky Temple, and Dragonshire being banned out by Knife Party. And Can't Counterpick Stupid is going to be picking Tomb of the Spider Queen, which obviously tells you that Knife Party did decide to be first pick and first ban once we get actually into the game. So we'll be going in just a second. This is the smallest map on Here's the Storm. Definitely. Rotational aggression is rewarded here. We'll see a lot of high damage, high mobility heroes. We're going to see a lot of wave clear. And we're going to see a lot of death, destruction, and of course, doom. Tell them one more time that I'm ready. Looks like 7 Ace is rating us in here, getting us ready right in time for game number one. Hopefully you guys are ready to go because we're going to the draft in 3, 2, 1. Half? A quarter?
Tomb of the Spider Queen.
How good am I? So good. It's not my fault. My team was talking about Trogdor and Strongbat earlier. So we do go ahead and have the bands going on. First band is going to be the Sonya, making sure that the offlaner on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. I don't even know who the offlaner is. I am terrible. I used to be so close with this team, and like they changed their roster this time, and I just don't know who anyone is. He's the problem. Hello, 7th Ace. Hello, Ektar. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to game number one between Knife Party and Can't Counterpick Stupid. This is the game of all the marbles. How many marbles? All of them. Every single marble will be decided today. We have Brightwing being banned out on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Kind of interesting. This is one of the smallest maps, so Brightwing's teleport is not as terrible as it could be. But obviously, Brightwing does feature into a pick comp very well. It's basically a personal silence. Like, you don't have to aim it like Stukov, but it's just like, that person can't press buttons for a while. Stitch is going to be banned out on the side of Knife Party. Starches! You love to see it. And if you don't love to see it, you are wrong. I am so mature. We go ahead and have Diablo being banned out. So because of two chains being banned out, we do have the early pick on knives on that Johanna. Bum, bum. Isa Johanna. So Johanna obviously going to make picks like Vala and Raynor less priority. So we do see the Sylvanas coming out. Obviously her Q cannot be blocked. Although interesting, the Hanzo can do a lot of damage with spells as well. Like not all of his arrows can be blinded, but still, that's two characters that rely a lot on, or a decent bit on their auto attacks. Being picked with Johanna, that's an unusual pick. I'm not sure I like it. Okay, Dahaka, you need to calm down. Oh my gosh. I can't possibly keep up with that. Okay, we do go and have Charlemagne coming out with the Dahaka. Again, an odd focus on the globals, on the smallest map in the map pool. And then we do have Anduin coming out of Sobering. Which, of course, Sobering is not in my... That's because it's Sabering. I just can't read. Never mind. Nothing to see here. All right, we do go to have the ban on Orphea and also a continued focus on banning out tanks. They got their tank and they're like, well, we're going to keep putting pressure where we can. There are now 4 tanks unavailable for CCS. Stitches, May, Diablo, and Johanna. Who are they going to go with? That is the question. And the answer is... well, not Gazlo. That is not the answer. Read the script, Calador. This is supposed to be the tank pick. There is the garage. Okay, slightly out of order. I just tried to type in that Calador was playing Caladorn because I don't know how this program works. Don't mind me. I'm smart. Hello, everyone. I'm glad that you are here. All right, we do go ahead and have the Li Ming coming out of War is Fun. And then Parabola coming out with Kerrigan. I don't see enough Kerrigans. I'm very interested to see where this actually goes. I feel like Kerrigan, when the Gazlo is around, the thing that concerns me is a lot of their team is very melee focused. Johanna, Dahaka, and Parabolic. Going into a gravel bomb that could lead to a lot of problems.
Balloon, grant us strength.
Malfurion going to be the last one. Malfurion is also a pick that concerns me a little bit because at the end of the day, like, he does not do burst healing, and there's a lot of rapid damage coming out of the other team. So that may end up being a terrible, terrible, terrible thing. We're just going to have to find out. We'll get in the game right now. Look forward to it, and I will see you on the other side. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go leading in. For those of you that are already in and can't talk, I apologize. My channel is set up that you have to have either you have to have text verification on your phone if you have not followed previously. If you have been following for at least 24 hours, it does not affect you. But I'm the victim of hate rate sometimes, and that makes them go away. Wits End, where is your matching thing? The rest of your team is doing this really weird. What is that actually? It looks like Malfurion as a gumdrop. I don't know what that is, but it's amazing. I want a gumdrop Malfurion. All right, and here we go. Coming into game number 1, representing Knife Party. We do go and have zoning in, being ready to assail their enemies and make everything that they cared about. I don't know what I'm saying. Regardless, they're being played by XX War is Fun. XX is being played by Li Ming. Charlemagne is on the Dahaka. Sabing is on the Anduin. Knives is playing on Johanna. And Parabolic is playing the Kerrigan. Gazlo is not in the game. That's a problem. We'll probably see a... Nope, there we go. We do go in on the other side. We have Whitson playing the Malfurion. Caladorn is on that Gazlo. Madathi is on Sylvanas. LXT Rex is playing the Garage. And Evolve is playing the Gazlo. I think it actually zoned away. Nope, that was Caladorn. Who is Evolve on? Evolved is on the Hanzo. There we go. I'm smart. So here we have the 4-man in the middle. We do have Gazlo already down below. Kind of hiding out in the bushes. And that's going to be a dead Garage. Garage got a little bit too close. That's the problem. Kerrigan really likes hugs. She's the queen of hugs. And if you get too close, she's just like, I don't want to ever let you go. All right, moving down to the bottom lane. It does the Charlemagne and moves in with Kerrigan or to assault Keldorn just a bit. Keldorn is fall back. No real issue there. But it does mean that there is no soak being picked up top. This is a little bit of an advantage because of the delay in getting the top soak. Actually, I guess that's really the advantage for getting the kill. Haha. Keladorn, I'm going to need you to stop leaving the game. Here's the thing, though. I was going to say, they need to go ahead and pause. I cannot pause for them. Let me go ahead and go into the summary. That way you guys can't see the map in the lower corner. One second. Looks like they are back. All right, and back into the game. Hopefully Keldorn stops doing that. They only have 3 pauses, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's gonna be a bad thing. LC-Rex once again getting aggressed upon a little bit, does fall back, goes down about 300 health, but of course that massive shielding does absolutely nothing against Li Ming. So, needs to be a little bit careful moving too far out into the lane. We do go to have Hanzo up top shooting arrows, does miss the Anduin. Anduin goes ahead and wisely front steps the arrow. Because this is bow and arrow. Arrows have a maximum range of what looks like about 20 feet. I don't think that's historically accurate, but it's game accurate, so there you go. Down at the bottom, we do have Charlemagne and Kellerorn bouncing back and forth. Looking at our talents, we do go to level 4, already picked up by the side of Knife Party. We do go ahead and have the Laws of Hope picked up by Johanna. Enhanced agility on that there Dahaka. Only the target practice coming out of Hanzo so far. Sharpened Blades does come out of Kerrigan at level 4. We don't yet have a level 4 for Johanna just yet. We have a mercenary camp being picked up on the side of CCS for the time being. Alright, this looks like there's some version up here, but there has been a sneaky Sylvanas that's gone down to the bottom lane. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this camp. I don't think anyone is the wiser. They have not quite noticed the Sylvanas that's off the map. However, Kerrigan is free pushing top lane while this is going on. So we'll go ahead and turn in, but LC Rex goes in there, goes ahead and aggresses upon Kerrigan with a big old axe slam. Charlemagne moves out, is looking for a tongue. It does move quickly back, seeing the Kerrigan is also in the vicinity. I have microphone. Do I have microphone static? I don't hear any in the preview, so that confuses me very slightly. All right, we do go ahead and Charlemagne going and getting things done. However, let me go and see if I can get that addressed real quick. There we go. Turn myself down a little bit, but if there is microphone static, I should go ahead and fix it. We have them moving back and forth. Just go ahead and do a friendly throw in order to make sure that no one gets aggressed upon just right at the moment. I do like that term, aggressed upon. You might notice that. Yeah, we do have the blue web weavers turned in. We're going to have web weavers coming down the lane. Knocking out everybody. All right. Hey, Kerrigan, remember how you pulled Garage into the first kill of the game? Well, that is called vengeance, my friend. Kerrigan may be the queen of hugs, but Garage is the queen of get away from me, preferably into my team. Garage is basically the anti-Scorpion of this game. You have everyone else kind of moving through. There is a lot of damage coming down the line. All right, there's a pull into Garage. Garage going to go ahead and pull into a lot of the enemy and is going to go down. Second kill of the game. LXT-Rex does go down, and this is going to trigger a lot of aggression coming from Knife Party. That is going to move straight into Malfurion, also going down. Wits End, no witnesses this time. There is a leap from Hanzo, but Hanzo leaps straight into his death, straight into the abyss. That is a 3-4-0 in favor of Knife Party. Stabs out, knives in the dark. Level 10s are picked up. I was about to start going over there. Okay, we do have Kerrigan going and taking the Ultra List. Isolation on the Dahaka. We do have Wave of Force on that Li Ming. Light Bomb coming out of Anduin. Wave of Force on the Li Ming. What are they afraid of? They don't have like an ETC or anything that I usually see that. Be responsible. There's a nice root on the Garage. The LC-Rex was in turns back. Oh my god, that is such an adorable Ultralisk! 1 second, I have to be professional. Look at this guy! Oh my god! I'm gonna name him Frank. He's going to be my friend forever. Frank! Here we have LSTRX was caught by another tongue. Blick power going straight into his orcish posterior. I guess, can I say that? Is that allowed?
Upon the blue team.
Zoom out slightly. I noticed that I was moving around a little too much, but people were having a little bit of a problem keeping up with it. There is LSTRX, there is the Gravel Bomb. Gravel Bomb hits absolutely no one. They do go in and just wisely back out of it. There's the sharpened blades come up. LSTRX gets hit quite a bit. There is the stun. Garage having to fall back, but Garage fall backs, but Johanna falls. Goes right down, and there is the aggression coming in. No one is top lane right now, so no one is getting that push. Meanwhile, the front wall is going down in the mid lane. We do have a Dahaka coming up here. The front wall is already completely gone down here. And there goes the move. Well, no sticky cups for you, Knife Party. Friends with knives do not get drinks. They're going to move down here while their opponents are cleaning up top lane. Go ahead and see what they can get. They got 2 of the front walls. They would like to make this a hat trick. And they do indeed. All 3 front walls are currently down. They do currently almost have enough for turn-in, but their opponents do absolutely have enough for turn-in. And absolutely better than almost. Knives in the middle of a lot of damage. Charlemagne also up front. Just go ahead and consume his essence. There's another tongue onto T-Rex. T-Rex spins to win out of it. We do have a Dolphin moving in, but they're not actually defending turn-in. They can just move up to the top and turn this in, but it looks like War's fun is not. Oh, actually, Charlemagne, here they all are. And here comes the turn-in because it was not really defended. They saw that their opponents had it. I love how kind of awkward that the voiceover is because it's like, my power grows by your blue team's hand. And it's just like, I don't have a blue team. I'm an observer. I really wish we used custom announcers here. You kind of can't, unfortunately. In replays, you can by clicking on one of the players, but here you just like you're stuck with the default announcer forever. I really wish they'd do something to fix that. Here comes Knives. Knives coming in, goes in to pull in. Winston takes a lot of damage. There is the light bomb coming in. Johanna uses the unstoppable, and there is a lot of damage. Sylvanas goes down. Alex T-Rex goes down. Winston is going to be the next target and the next to fall. There's Frank. Frank is leading away. Frank is after Evolved. Look at Evolved. Look at Frank. I'm traumatized, you guys. That wasn't okay. We do have 2 forts going down. One in top lane, one in mid lane. Taka just leading the way, just running across this map. We do get the web weavers cleaned up, but it did cost them 2 forts. Now, they also lost enough people. They do not have enough for turn-in. They are 30 away. Their opponents, however, are only 10 away. Taka already down here picking up this mercenary camp. It does look like Li Ming is heading over to try and get this one. Will need some help. Li Ming cannot do that alone, but Anduin is very, very close by. Charlemagne and Knives down here and the bottom lane. There is a lot of people nearby. They may have stayed just a little bit too long. Will they have anything to actually stun them? No, they actually miss and get the giant instead. That is super unfortunate. They actually had a moment. They had a great moment for just a second in order to try and get that taken care of. But unfortunately, no. There is the spin. We do go ahead and have a very, very slow knife. But there's a great Gravel Bomb. Gravel Bomb catches a lot of people together. unfortunately just barely anti-synergy as the arrow misses. It goes right to the enemy team. So this is going to be a retreat coming out of Knife Party, or is it? X is fun, still wants to go in. X is fun, still wants to fight. Frank dies one more time. This is a tragedy. And with that, we have Charlemagne moving up to top lane. We do go ahead and have another turn in ready for Knife Party. More spiders ready to move across the map. We're not quite. They didn't quite turn in with everyone. So they are at 52 out of 60, very, very close to a turn in, but not quite there yet. Opponent's still not there. Still need another, it looks like 12 gems. Looks like they're going for the boss right now. CCS either is not aware or not willing to go into that, and granted, they are down 16, so I do not blame them for not wanting to fight into that just yet. Alright, there's the throw onto there is the light bomb. Light bomb catches two people. Rebel bomb comes out right after it, but there is the explosion. Elsie is very, very low. There is Malfurion. Malfurion gets taken out. There's the aggression. Frank is once again on the hunt, looking for Calador, but very, very low. Frank needs to be careful. I love how Frank is kind of getting the focus on my cast. Anyone that came in later and missed whenever I named the Ultralist Frank is like super confused. Although hopefully there's enough context used. Oh, Madafi's just getting whisked out. There is the move in, the Queen of Blades versus the Queen of Screams. And just like probably does get taken out by the fort. Overly committed to this, and it looks like there is going to be a second kill. Very, very much feeling themselves a little bit too hard. There's a third one. That turned into a 3 for 2 by the end of everything. And it just looks like we're going to go ahead and turn this in and trigger another Whip Weaver phase. So we're going to be down for a while. These will be wasted spiders. They won't get anything done because their team is down for 30 seconds. But at least that will really limit the amount of aggression their opponents can put on the map. Whitson gets a huge amount of damage from War is Fun. So we have the Web Weavers coming out. Everyone is back up. This actually may not be as free a clear as I thought it was. The Web Weavers took so long to get out into the lanes that it looks like pretty much the entire team is up by the time the second Web Weaver is aggressed upon. We do have the Web Weaver going ahead and getting cleaned up very easily, very nicely. So overall, a successful defense. They did lose Top Keep, but Top Keep was actually lost in the previous push, I believe. So they didn't actually lose anything to those Web Weavers. Very, very heads-up decision on the side of CCS in order to clear the bottom Web Weaver first. Because when you clear the bottom Web Weaver first, it just meant that the top one was not going to really add the 2 shields. Like, the top one was the one that was going to do the least. So, hit that one, and then you can move up and do a rotating fight to get the middle one. Here's everyone else kind of running across, running around, doing a thing. They are moving down in order to try and clean up this giant camp whenever it comes up. Both teams kind of avoiding each other at the time being. Calador runs out. There's a lot of damage, a lot of aggression. But still a successful defense. They are trying to move in against this keep, but they need to be careful. CCS is moving up in order to stop them. Garrosh is taking a long way. Garrosh will not be there for a little bit. There's another Gravel. Gravel whiffs, unfortunately. There's a stun coming out of Garage. Garage down to very, very, very low health. We do have Knives moving in, but once again, Kerrigan's taken out by the fort. And I'm going to tell you, Kerrigan hates forts. Might be why she has Zerg overrun cities so often. Looks like Hanzo is at 3 stacks out of 5 in terms of the target practice.
Come, my children. Join the red ones in battle.
So here's a red wave, but unfortunately, this is going to be almost nothing. They're going to have to go across almost the entire map. And by the time they get there, the spiders do take damage over time.
Slaughter the blue team.
Looks T-Rex a little bit isolated. Team is a little bit spread out. Are actually losing the Web Weaver right now. They're waiting to go ahead and get a massive flank, and they get it. Here it comes. This is the moment that they need. Charlemagne is pulled in. There is the Gravel Bomb. Big hit. There is the fall from Knives. Knives goes ahead and falls down. I'm so dumb. I just noticed Knives is the name of, like, the captain of Knife Party. Go me. I'm super smart. We have Dahaka finally taken out, but Dahaka was their kill target. We do have everyone else kind of down to half health, and the rest of Knife Party, except for Brava, is pretty healthy at the moment. Hopefully it is healing them up over time. Because everyone else, we do have the Web Weavers have gotten up to the relative fort. There goes the Sippy Cup, but the Web Weaver will be taken out by Worst Fun. Meanwhile, up top, this one has gotten through the wall. The Sippy Cup is already down, but again, they're not even going to single keep out of this. Yeah, maybe this one. Yeah, okay. For some reason, I did not even occur to me that all those people coming up were actually on CCS. Level 20s are unlocked. Did you go and go for Bomb Toss, not the Big Gravo? All right, everyone moving in. They're trying for a death push right now. They're trying to get a lot done, but they don't have their tank. They need to be very careful, and they are starting to fall back. There is Evolve. Evolve jumps over the remains of the fort. Great play, great heads-up awareness of what you're capable of the map. They're going in very, very quickly. This is dangerous, but it looks like their opponents are not realizing it's a possibility just yet. Now it's starting to occur. They're starting to move up. They're close. Are they going to check in time? They need to check very soon. There is LX T-Rex. There was a very awkward Gravel Bomb. Bomb is down for about 40 seconds. Leaning is 20 seconds down using the Wave of Force. All other ults are currently up. It looks like CCS will not be pushing with this. They're going to go for another turn in. Meanwhile, Evolve moves down here and starts taking out this wave. They want to try and get the waves as pushed as possible. Oh, actually, bottom keep did end up going down, or bottom fort.
Descend, my daughters. Descend and destroy the blue team.
All right, Knives moves forward, takes a little bit of pot shots. They are having a hard time progressing. The siege potential on CCS is better. There's definitely a melee focused comp coming out of Knife Party. Interesting decision to threaten up here. That does limit their opponent's ability to actually move away and take care of the Web Weavers. They kind of have to respect the fact that CCS can just move in and take out top fort. Though granted that all that would do is balance the wave. They do go ahead and cap Taka down here, but the bottom keep or the bottom floor is already down. I the difference between forts and keeps, I promise. There's a throw, and Parabola is absolutely not deleted. Absolutely saved. That's what I was saying the whole time. That's what you're talking about. Right there goes ahead with Gravel. Gravel goes in. There's the leap in by knives. The light bomb actually misses everyone. Unfortunately, Public is very, very close to the front edge. Meanwhile, the bottom keep actually did go ahead and get taken out, and there's a lot of pressure coming in.
Blue team's core is under attack.
CCS has definitely made this a game. This is kind of one-sided the entire time, but that is not what we're looking at right now. There's Sylvanas. Sylvanas comes in and turns off the top keep. They are moving back. They don't want to stay too long. Oh, it's a shame, though. I get it. I don't disagree with it, because they are trying to be flanked right now. But that keep is down to 300 health. I hate to see it. Alright, T-Rex is very, very low, but obviously this is Garage, so Garage has a lot of armor. There's a Grabo. Grabo, unfortunately, you kind of need to set up the Grabo is the problem. Or you need to take Big Grabo. Big Grabo is the one that you actually can just, like, throw raw. And the people, unless they have a movement ability, cannot really get out of it. Silence on the T-Rex. But Parabolic and War's Fun both looking very, very, very weak from that. Going back and forth. We do not quite yet have enough to turn in on the side of CCS. And by not quite, I mean they're like 47 short. So we'll get this turned in, and Blue Weber's face is coming out. However, Sylvanas has already started on the scan. That does mean they know she's here. They need to move back and take this very, very quickly. Although it does actually look like Knife Party's going to go straight for the top lane. They're looking for the ins. They're looking for kills. They're looking to repeat what CCS just did to them.
He's come. Run, red team.
Now, this lane is super pushed out. That one's going to take forever to get down the lane. This one, not so much. There is a fight, but it will be supported. But here's where the action is. Knife Party not wanting to move in, respecting their opponent's Gravel Bomb is back up if they can get any kind of setup.
Red team's core is
Polydorn goes in. There they are. They're all together. There is the Gravel. Gravel goes ahead and hits the Kerrigan. There is the stun as well. But unfortunately, no one in position to follow up. Knives goes ahead and gets very, very low. Almost gets thrown into core. There's the Light Bomb and a stun. Garage goes down. Here are the Web Weavers pushing in. The top one is already cleaned up. The middle one is there. The shields are still holding for right now. So with that, we do go ahead and have everyone kind of moving in. Krabak is getting very, very, very low. The core is targeting them. Those stupid buildings. Goes in and is stunned. There's the jump in by Kerrigan. Kerrigan goes in and takes out. Madafi does get out. Gets back to the building. But the core is down to 28%, down to 27%. Are they going to be able to hold this? It is close. They have taken out two of their opponents, but they've lost two of their own. However, the opponent's deaths are closer. If they can hold out, they will have an advantage. But they cannot. The core goes down. And we do have game number 1 going in favor of Knife Party on Tomb of the Spider Queen. It does look like, looking at things, Floral Gold is going to be getting a lion's share of points for her bet on, I assume her bet, I don't know, I'm sorry, for their bet on Knife Party. Just so like Zephyr and Chauncey the Creator are going to unfortunately be donating a goodly number of points over to Floral. Congratulations, Floral. Looking at stats at the end of the game in terms of healing, very, very close healing game. We do have Wits In slightly out healing the Anduin, 97,000 to 91,000 in terms of healing. In damage, Madathi and Keladorn leading the way, 91 and 89,000 apiece. Whereas Fun coming in third with 879,000. And then in terms of experience, we do have Keladorn and Madathi. So that's actually, here's the thing. It definitely seems like CCS has the potential to win because in every single category, they led, except for self-healing and shielding. But with that, we will go ahead and go into the prep room. I will see you for game number 2 in just a little bit. Get ready for it, and I will see you. I already said just a little bit. I'm not going to repeat myself. I refuse.
Cursed Hollow.
Huh, that would be why. I was like, I should be able to hear myself, and I can't. Something is wrong. And then I figured it out 'cause I'm super smart. So we do go ahead and have Cursed Hollow. As you can see, we do have Counterpick Stupid. Did go ahead and take first pick and first ban, which obviously means that Cursed Hollow is the pick of the side of Knife Party. We'll have to see what they want to do. It's kind of funny. We went from the smallest map in the map pool to the. This is either the largest or the second largest. I think Towers of Doom may technically be bigger. But they're both honkin' big maps. We'll go ahead and say that. Honkin' big maps. I have the best word. Alright, there's Brightwing. Winston takes Brightwing immediately. Brightwing was denied in the previous one, but I don't want to be on Malfurion. Malfurion sucks.
The crusade calls.
Also, this is a much better map for the Brightwing because obviously, as we have talked about, like the last one was the smallest map. You don't really get much as use the globals. We do have the Johanna on the knives, staying there, and then Sabing is going to stay on the Anduin. So actually, same draft so far coming out of Knife Party. We'll have to see if they get. I have a feeling they won't get Dahaka, but they can still get Kerrigan and Li Ming if they want them. T-Rex is going to be transitioning over from Garrosh to Mei. And we do have Evolved coming over onto that Falstad from Hanzo. Both kind of auto-attacking heroes. But this should mean that CCS can actually stay in lanes for much, much longer and soak, because they have 2 globals so far, and Dahaka is banned. The only other global that can come out is Abathur. Though, granted, I laughed. This is not a bad Abathur map. Sylvanas is going to be banned out. Hanzo will be banned out in return. So we don't want the Hanzo, but we're darn well not going to let you have it. Hanzo is terrifying.
Haga, hunt them down!
Interesting. We do have Charlemagne coming out in the Haga, breaking from the tradition. Though, granted, again, Dahaka's banned, so we kind of had to. I used to have a really good friend named Little Charlemagne, so every time I see Charlemagne's name, it makes me remember that person.
For the Nexus.
Be very awkward if they were the same person, though, because Little Charlemagne is kind of, like, fascinated with me in a slightly obsessive way. Don't be like Charlemagne. We do go and have, Uriel coming out to fight the Hagar. I like this matchup. I don't know much about it, but I like it. And then Keladorn on the ass. Interesting. Uriel or Keladorn on the Asmo Jam. I almost have to wonder are they going to go for a don't even worry about the turn-in, just harass the heck out of it?
My hatred is
Because Uriel can live for basic forever, as can Mei. Falstad and Brightwing can just keep soaking the lanes. And then Asmodan can just throw globes from across the map in order to interrupt turn-in. Illidan has a good chance. There's no blinds on the enemy team. And no great ability to stun. Like, you do have the Mei freeze, and the Polymorph. Polymorph is going to work against Illidan. If they can get some kill pressure, they can go in and get that knocked out. But we'll have to see how this ends up. I will see you in game in just a few seconds. Look forward to it, and I'll see you there. Wasn't that an amazing looking intro? Man, whoever made that is super talented. We should all be really nice to her.
Prepare yourself for battle.
Hello, radio. Welcome.
Heroes.
So we do go ahead and have zoning in on the blue side of the map. We do have Knife Party. Knife Party is going to be playing to win game number 2. They did win game number 1, which is why it says Knife Party with a big 1. I should go over to the correct screen. Go me. I'm amazing. We do go ahead and have Knife Party is being represented in this game by
Battle begins.
Illidan is being played by War is Fun. Charlemagne being played by is playing the Hogger. We do have Anduin being played by Sabine.
5,
Knives is playing the Johanna, and
3,
Parabolic is playing Orphea, daughter of the Nexus. Meanwhile, over on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid, we do have LXT Rex playing that May. Madathi is on the Yrel, Evolved on the super beautiful Falstad, with Wits End on Brightwing, and then Asmodan being played by Caledorn. So we have all 5 members going into the middle on the side of CCS, a bit more of a spread out happening on the side. It's interesting. I have to wonder why they don't have a Sylvanas. It's not going to cheese either side. They want to make sure they're in every single lane. Here's LSGX jumping in, but no one actually able to be caught out. This is, of course, Cursed Hollow, kind of the first map you learn. Here's the Storm, the map where you go ahead and go between tributes. When you get 3 tributes, all of the basic business turn off, and you push like crazy. Basically act like you're pregnant. Here's Madathi jumping in there, says, "Get away from my tower. That is mine." Tell your minis to get away too. They suck. You suck. Interesting, they actually have Johanna down here. Johanna is typically a tank. It looks like we're fun to go down here and deal with the Asmodan. Asmodan did go ahead and take Annihilation and Wrath. I should say did take Wrath. You don't take Annihilation. That is built into your baseline. All right, with that said, we do have Caldron down here fighting up. War of Fun. This is the problem. War of Fun's going to have a very, very hard time into this Asmo, because obviously if he dives in, Asmo's just like, "Hey, yo, here's a laser beam. Good luck stunning me until 10. You suck." I would say that's mean, but Asmo is literally a demon, so like being mean is very on brand for him. We do have the camps being picked up by Whitson and Evolved on this side. Meanwhile, I almost said Kerrigan, Anduin, and Parabolic over here picking up this camp. Those camps are going to move in. These little like orbs all around them are going to give spell damage and spell protection. So standing inside the area is going to be helpful. But of course, you got both of them moving in, so they're going to somewhat nullify. Looks like Orpheus going to move up here and go ahead and take this Sapper camp. The Sapper camp is super, super easy for one person to pick up because you're going to dodge the boulders, as Parabolic is doing a great job of showing us not how to do. Good night, Malby. I didn't even know you were here. Why are you not talking? Where? Knives goes in and pulls everyone in, but Knife is in the area. Does get moved back. Does go after Popper Unstoppable. That D has a, what is it, 30-second cooldown? Nope, only 25-second cooldown. During which you cannot be stopped by crowd control because Johanna is a tank. Johanna is a tank. If you want to know why I'm over-explaining everything is because, as we just saw, we have people who don't really know this game. I'm trying to make sure they feel included. Up to 40 stacks of Annihilation and Wrath right now. Poor Illidan, they need to rotate someone because War is Fun is just not able to move into Caledorn. Caledorn is kind of the perfect counter to Illidan. At level 10, Illidan can go ahead and take the hunt in order to be able to stun out of the laser beam, which that will help. Meanwhile, though, while I'm down here looking at this, we have an actual fight over the tribute happening. Madathi very, very low and also low on mana. Very, very problematic. There is a stun happening onto the Charlemagne. They are going back and forth trying to move in. Sabine trying to go ahead and channel this in the back line. But LS2X not going to let that. Big old snowball hits Anduin right in his face. There's another little bit of wind fury. You have to be able to channel this for about 5 seconds uninterrupted. So they keep using abilities to, well, interrupt. So this one may get through. Nope, nope. We do have the hammering coming out of the fall stand in order to prevent that from actually happening. However, definitely lower health bars on the side of CCS at the moment. LSG Rex looking very, very weak and having to fall back on May. So being once again makes an attempt. No, this time it's going to be Parabolic. But no, Brightwing, that evil little fairy dragon, is going to come in and be like, nope. I am a jerk. Finally, this does get channeled. But meanwhile, we do go ahead and have the massive push happening down below. And with that, no, actually, the sea giants get distracted and do not actually take the fortress yet. But this is going to go ahead and boom. Get Catapult and XP. They're going to slowly give XP over the side of CCS the entire time this is going on. Meanwhile, there will be catapults spawning every third wave. So the waves of CCS will slowly overpower the waves of Knife Party.
Gather tribute. Earn my favor.
Second tribute is coming up or down here. I said up here, even though it's the lower half of the map, because I am good at directions. Celadorn has rotated up top. It is interesting. They've got globals, but they keep moving. That is a clear sign that Celadorn is not planning on going anywhere. It is good news for Illidan, though, because it means Illidan can actually do what Illidan likes to do. So 3-on-3 fight down here. Falstad is starting to move down, but Falstad is very low. Needs to be careful. But have to be healed up by Brightwing as soon as Brightwing has a teleport available. And there it comes right now. Boop. There's a stun happening onto the Johanna, but Johanna is a tank, has a lot of hit points, has iron skin. It's going to be very hard to pick down very quickly. Illidan is backlane trying to get onto this Brightwing, but Brightwing flies down back behind the area of the towers. Evolve's taking a lot of damage. Illidan is right behind them, trying to go ahead and use the Moonglaives.
Draws first blood.
Finally, first blood happens as the Fairy Dragon goes down, and Sabingus will go ahead and pick this up as their second tribute. Once they get a 3 tribute thing, that all of the minions for CCS are going to drop to 1 hit point, and all the base defenses are going to turn off. Here we go ahead and have Illidan in the middle. Illidan does have a thing where he slowly stacks up damage over the course of the game. Currently, he has an extra 14 attack damage per auto attack. He also has Unbound. Currently, he uses it 4 of 14. These are quest talents, so obviously, as he finishes up, he gets extra stuff. Aspedan is up to 75 of 200 on Wrath, and then Gathering Storm up to 21 out of 30.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
Level 10s are online for both teams. We do have the Hunt, as predicted. Illidan now has a pseudo global coming from anywhere on the map. Light Bomb on the Anduin. We do have Crushing Jaws from the Orphea. Falling Sword for the Johanna, and a Hortipult. A lot of very big movement abilities coming out of the side of Knife Party. On the other side, we have Demonic Invasion, super push power coming to the Asmodan. Ardent Defender, basically, hey, hit me, I just get stronger, coming out of the Urel. Mighty Gust for the Falstad. Avalanche on the Leeming and Blinkfield. The Fairy Dragon will be a lot better at this. Now, it does look like they do have to go ahead and stun this out, and Rex is not going to get it picked up. A big old tentacle came out of Orphea and does not let that happen. Probably getting very low. There's a lot of damage coming in. There's a polymorph landing. Probably is right in the middle. We have Urel trying to get this done. There is the Crushing Jaws, but does miss everyone. Fight happening in a lot of places. I have to zoom out a bit, try and keep all this on screen. Probably trying to get this done, but there is a hammering trying to stop that from happening. Alex T-Rex gets a lot of damage onto them. There is the Light Bomb. Light Bomb goes to his in and also Evolve. Nothing coming in from the side. They are getting zoned out quite heavily, but that is going to be a kill on Johanna. However, a War's Fund should be able to get this done. No one is close by. No one is able to stop that. And there is the curse.
My curse upon you.
It's basically the Obi-Wan Kenobi talent. If you strike me down, I will come back stronger than you have ever imagined. Except you don't actually even strike them down. Here in the middle, so you may notice that there is this little Raven talent above, or this Raven symbol above all of the things. That means they are not firing right now. The base defenses are powerless. Their gears are jammed up. Evil magic of the Raven Lord is stopping them from actually working. Here's Rackham coming in with a raid. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Everyone, this is game number 2. Knife Party currently has Curse going on against CCS. In the middle, there's the Crushing Jaws. Crushing Jaws to go and catch the T-Rex in their fell embrace. Warspine dives in, but nothing actually happening right now. Aspedan is here having to... Aspedan really wants to be in a lane where no one else is and just push, but he can't do that right now. However, the curse is finally over. It only lasts for 60 seconds. The base defenses are back up, and there they start firing. Now Hawker going to move back here, start to clean this up. He is the Tasmanian Devil. He likes to bounce. Hawker bounce. Meanwhile, this boss is going to be picked up, but it looks like it's going to be a boss trade. Because while this boss being picked up for the bottom lane, over here on the other side, boss is being picked up by CCS. Colonel goes ahead and is firing his lasers. Meanwhile, we do have LST Rex out of here, making sure there is no invasion happening. Boss is taking almost at the same time. Are going to march down the lane. The Grave Golem. But right now, it looks like Knife Party has decided to support their Grave Golem and just leave the defense up to Hogger. So Hogger's going to be much slower at clearing this. The fight is happening down south. Meanwhile, Illidan is actually taking the mercenaries into the middle. It's just trying to burn this down. Demonic Invasion comes in in order to stop that. Now, the Illidan needs to be careful here. As soon as everything is out of range, yep, the camp starts firing at him. Does X's ward is going to get out of there very, very quickly. Meanwhile, the bottom fort and the top fort both go down. Basketball Jones is going to go ahead and take this out. Nyquil Fiend showing off his amazing Mira derp face. It's the Mira Gap face, actually, but I'm sorry. Every time I see it, I'm just like, derp! Might need to redraw it, to be completely honest. There's another big old orb. Here they come in. Surprise Falstad didn't go for a gust there and get them completely out of position. There is the Falling Sword in order to go ahead and get out of a dangerous situation. Here's another tribute. Great screening from CCS. CCS might be able to actually pick one of these up. But here's the thing. They're at 0 out of 3. Does get that picked up. We are up to 184 stacks in just another little bit. We will go ahead and get additional damage from auto attacks on Asmodan. I actually have to read what that does because I never see this talent. Looks like mid-fort did go down against the aggression of Knife Party. All right. Currently, right now, a structure lead is on the side of Knife Party because this middle fort is still standing, whereas all 3 forts on the side of CCS have unfortunately fallen. Most of the team is down south. It's a bit unusual to see this much clumping on this map. Because obviously when you're not in the lanes, you just leave these experience orbs just hanging out. Like, this is experience. This is something that the teams want. This is what gives them their levels. But they're just ignoring it right now. Fighting here in the middle, there is the big old hit, and Karablic in a lot of danger. The Orphea does go down. There is the Falling Sword. Knives falls down. But right now they're fighting 4 versus 5. There is the heal up, but they do go and get the fall stand. That makes it 4 versus 4. They are moving in. There's a knockback. War is fun. But there is the Hunt. Hunt goes ahead and surges forward, trying to get Wits in. Wits in getting in a lot of trouble. He's not going to be able to get out of here. There is the second kill for Knife Party, but a counter kill onto Illidan. We are down to 3 versus 3, and they are still moving in. Keldorn trying to get this done. Tasmanian Devil spins forward. Knives taking a good bit of damage, and they're trying to get through. Lower health bars on the side of CCS. I'm surprised they keep going into this. However, Knives is taking a huge bit of damage, is being the focus fire, and there is the stun. Boom goes to Dynamite, but also boom goes Basketball Jones. Not gonna be shooting in hoops this time, my friend. I wish you would dunkle on the end, my friend. But you cannot win, you are not in the game. That's my song. I hope you liked it. This is a bit of a problem. CCS did have a momentary advantage. However, Falstad can fly. Does Falstad fly up? That is the question. It looks like it. Here he comes. The Global's coming into great effect. Right Wing also teleports in. So all of a sudden, even though this is closer to the side of Knife Party, we do have a 4 versus 3 for at least the time being. Asmodean and Johanna being the last two not in the fight right now. Probably taking a lot of damage, but no one nearby. Alex T-Rex does get the stun. A lot of damage. Orphea going to go down. No, never mind. Shut my mouth. Alex T-Rex going to go down. That is not Orphea at all. Basketball Jones is back, but here's Falling Sword. Falling Sword lands, and Yrel does not. Falling Sword lands, and Yrel gets grounded. Here is Evolve. Evolve has to barrel roll out, but that is going to be a... Oh, they actually got it? PCS, despite the fact they did lose a lot of people, and they're going to take a lot of damage from right here, they did go and get the tribute. This could be eventually a big, big thing. Also, there's a massive wave with 2 catapults moving down top lane at the moment.
Who gathers enough tribute this time?
Here's everyone else kind of moving through. Sorry, I'm reading chat like a bad streamer. Alright, here's everyone else coming in. They still have 10 seconds till Brightwing, 6 seconds till Yrel, and the first keep of the game goes down. So remember how I said every third wave is going to have a catapult when you get the fort? When the keep goes down, you have constant catapults. Every single wave is going to spawn this catapult. Will very quickly spiral out of control. You have to really pay attention to that lane. You know, over here, the wall is almost down for that big wave, but they will not actually get the keep. Once again, it looks like boss trade is happening. This is advantageous for CCS because they've already lost this keep. So although the boss is going to threaten directly onto core, it is much, much, much less likely they can just walk in with the boss and end the game. Versus it's going to be a lot harder for the keep to stay up against this boss's aggression. You see everyone else kind of moving on through, moving on down.
I grow tired of your petty squabbling. Gather tribute.
Top lane
Earn
is
my
tribute.
favor.
That is the question. How much will they fight here? It does look like Knife Party is at least representing a push for core. No one's going up to fight that boss. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jail. This is the problem when I respond to chat, because there is a 30-second delay, because obviously for competitive integrity, we don't want these players to be able to look at the stream and find out where their opponents are. So I'm responding to things, but like you guys don't hear it for 30 seconds. There is a great gust keeping everyone in place. A lot of damage comes through. Illidan goes down. There is the big ol' blast. Knives goes down, but the core is down to 70% health. The boss is flailing away at it. Flail away. Down to 50%, down to 40%. Can they hold this? That is the question. The other boss is on core. So it's going to be a race, but we're down to 8%. I don't think they can hold it. I don't think they can do it. And there goes game number 2 going in favor of Knife Party. That goes the series for being decided here on Cursed Hollow. So let me go and see if I can get us a interview. All right. And we are ready to go. It does look like Knives will be joining me. The namesake of the team. I don't know why I just like forgot how to talk for a second there. Hello, everyone. While I wait for Knives to join me.
Hello.
Never mind. Don't have to wait anymore. Hello, hello.
Hi.
So, first of all, obviously, congratulations. Let me turn you down slightly because I don't want to deafen our good viewers.
Enthusiasm, just kind of calling out. So I had trouble finding which Discord it was in. I guess I haven't clicked in a long time, so I was like, which one is it? And I was clicking around. I was afraid that you were going to hop out, so I was trying to interrupt so you didn't leave. But
No problem.
with
at all.
that said,
I'm a little bit more patient than that, but I don't mind the panic.
yeah.
So, first of all, obviously, the gimme question. How are you guys feeling right now?
Well, we're feeling pretty good. And let me tell you what, both games were a whole lot closer than they looked. Each time it was like, we need to finish this game before they win, was basically what we were saying each time. So I thought they came back extremely strong both times, and I'm glad we were able to end it after two instead of risking what the third one would look like.
I 100% agree with that. It definitely felt like
Right?
you had a good control of game number one, but game number two definitely felt slippery at times.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they responded well, they drafted well, they got all the globals. So we're like, oh man. So it's clear. It looked like with that second one, um, since they were picking all these globals and all these pushers, that they were just going to try and focus on the macro. So we're like, all right, well, we're not going to get a lot of team fights. So we didn't really have a good push comp, but we just kind of went for it and just tried to keep it going as best we could. So luckily it worked out, and 7-6. We didn't have a ton of kills that game, but it was a good match. It was really close. It was really close.
it absolutely was. Not to brag on CCS too much, but it was very interesting because after game number one, I looked and they topped the charts in healing, in damage, and in experience, and I'm like, how did they lose?
Oh, on game one?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, what's funny though is we've lost those games too, where we've technically done better and we just got decimated. And when you lose that game, you're just like, well, we just didn't have enough damage, right? And it's so demoralizing when you look and like your damage was more and you still like they've got all the kills and you're just dying constantly and you're just like, what the heck is wrong with us? So I know the feeling
No,
very
absolutely.
deeply.
But okay, moving into I've already forgotten what game one was. I'm sorry, I did a double header, and so I'm just like, huh? Okay, to the Spider Queen. I almost went back to the first game I casted tonight, which was Alterac, and I was like, that doesn't feel right.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, well, you've been on double duty. Yeah. That's kind of how I felt popping out. I was like, "Oh man, I don't even know if I remember the first game. This has been so fast." But yeah.
So,
Um
Tomb of the Spider Queen was a map that your opponents picked. A very, very like small brawly map, and it definitely
mhm.
kind of felt like that they had the garage in order to just be able to press into you guys and kind of keep you guys on the back foot. But what was interesting is you guys had a more melee comp than they did, pushing into garage, which felt scary. What
Yeah.
what was the
Yeah.
thought process deciding to go that route?
Oh, with our draft. A little bit of that. As soon as they got Garrosh in, we were like, "All right, how do we play this?" So that was definitely on our mind. Yeah, that was a lot of our strategy that first game. As soon as they had Garrosh, was like figure out how to neutralize Garrosh. We were trying to check, you know what I mean, check all around, and you know, um, it worked really well. I was trying to just keep as close as I could to try and neutralize the toss best I could, and just with the heroes we have. That way, if they do toss in, you know what I mean, like exactly, like say they toss me in or toss someone else in, Kerrigan just kind of goes all in and I go all in, and everyone just goes low in, and then we just kind of cross our fingers and hope we don't get wiped. And what's funny is we won the team fights in that first spot, but in the second half, I thought their deal worked out pretty good, right? They started winning fights. It started with that first one in the top right corner when I think our team was taking some tower shots, and we were trying to do two things at once. And so while they were fighting, we were trying to like pay, and then like our team got wiped because it started working out for them, right? So they did a pretty good job there, and we're just happy that we finished it fast enough.
Well,
So
100%. Um, that is interesting because you bring up Kerrigan. Kerrigan is not a hero I see a whole lot, but you guys played it very, very, very well. Um, although I do have to say
thanks.
there were a few times that it was like, oh, it looks like it was kind of funny because Kerrigan secured the first kill in a garage, and then the second kill of the game was they just went up and they're like, okay, we're going to go get Kerrigan. We're mad at her.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Luckily, we were able to predict you because in comps we were like, "All right, I think they're all coming up to you," and then they did. One of the times, yeah, they just kind of blew her up, and it's like, okay, okay, but no, they did good. Um, yeah, you don't see Kerrigan too much. Just kind of something fun to pull out every so often. We
It,
try
def-
and shake it up a little bit.
it definitely feels like that you're a team that just likes to pull out those kind of niche and unusual picks because in game two you did it as well with Illidan coming out. And I just have to
Yeah.
ask, how upset was War at the beginning of that game when he had to lane into Asmodan? Because that is absolutely the least fun Illidan can have.
Yeah. Well, actually, I would say the worst thing that can happen in Illidan is being constantly stunned and just getting deleted and just being like, why did I take these towns? No, yeah, that was a little bit of a bummer, but no, it wasn't too bad. So I stuck on him at first, and then as soon as he had leveled to a certain amount, um, it worked fine. We just kind of rotated who it was. It was me and then Illidan and then Orphea. But yeah, I don't know. He thought he could take him at first, and it went okay. But that first fight went so long. Asmo was able to get a whole lot of value out of bottom. So that's when we thought, all right, let's try throwing, Orpheon on him or just different heroes. But yeah, not super fun, but not. Ward's a good sport. He'll do basically anything the team needs.
Well, it definitely seemed like it. Um, the second question I got, because there were a couple of those fights over tributes that just seemed to go on forever. I do have to say specifically, Parabolic, I'm pretty sure, like, do tell this person not to buy any lottery tickets because he used up all the luck he has in that game. There were at least twice where I was like, Parabolic is not dead.
Yeah, it was a little close. It was a little close. Yeah, there was one of them where it was like he was clearly dead, and then somehow he escaped. So yeah, we had good healers, we had good everything, and it just kind of worked out well. But yeah, big time. Yeah.
So the last, and this is a bit of a free question, but
Uh-huh.
I'm very, very glad to be asking you because you're the one that could probably answer the best. Where does
Okay.
the name Knife Party come from?
Ah, good question. So my name's Knives, and this is our party, right? So that's kind of fun. It's also a band. So there's a band called Knife Party that has some fun songs. Back in like 2015 or so, they had like some popular hits. One of them was Centipede and a few others. And that was just kind of where we're going with that. But if you do like the name Knife Party, and you would like to borrow some of our skills, I'd like you to check out on Skillshare. You can use the code Knife Party, and let me know if that works. And we'd also like to thank our second sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. If you think HOTS is fun, just give Raid Shadow Legends a try on your phone or mobile or iPhone devices.
If you think playing
So-
your heroes is fun, have you tried not?
Yeah, if you think this is great, try not playing it. No, HOTS is the best.
I absolutely. It's funny. I played HOTS just sort of like ambivalently for a long time, and then I've heard about NGS, and I was like, wait, I can play HOTS the way it was supposed to be played. Yes, sign up.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, totally. Totally. Well, thanks for casting. Any other questions about anything?
Those are the questions I had prepared, but of course,
Actually, let me ask you.
Okay.
Tell me from your perspective, like how is the matches going? At any point where you're like, was there any point that you kind of had like your nails like, what's gonna happen? How did that go? What do you think were like the most crucial points, and what do you think were some of the keys to the game?
So, obviously, do not ask me about game one. I've blinked since then, but
Yeah, that's fine.
game number two, the points that I remember the most, obviously, the all in at the end where you pushed for the core. I
Yeah.
100% was afraid that was going to turn against you because I was like, oh, this is super dangerous. All five of them are still up or will be coming up when they're at core. I do not
Right.
know if they'll be able to get in there, and they have a boss.
Especially because we were leaving
lane.
boss, yeah. So it's like, and if they drag that fight out the way that first objective goes, then we're screwed, right? Because that boss is just going to burn everything down. If we overcommit, maybe we wipe and top is cleared out, and then maybe they can global out. You know what I mean? It could have gone disastrously, right?
So that
So-
was probably the most clinchy moment, and then a lot of those tributes fights just went on forever. I mean, it was
Especially
so,
that first one, right? Oh
it
my
was so
gosh,
funny. I had to zoom out to catch it because
we're like
the
losing
fights
all
got-
our mana.
The fight
like-
got so split, it almost felt like it was a yin yang because the fight was like rotating in the vicinity of the tribute. It was like some sort
Yeah,
of hurricane.
Totally. Yeah, kind of up and above and around and back. Yeah, splitting, and then like we're dying, and then they're getting a few deaths, and yeah, it's good. It's a good game. Who do you think was? Who do you think? You can go ahead, and then I'll ask you another question.
No, go ahead. Because my
was
last
gonna say-
question is for shoutouts.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was gonna beat you to it. I was gonna ask you, who do you think is the MVP of the last game?
Honestly, I have to give it over to Sabine, just because again, absolutely defying fate with some of those
Blood chills.
skills.
Yeah.
Everyone played well. There was no one that I was like, okay, pick that person off the team. And even if I was, I wouldn't say that.
Ha. Well, that's nice of you.
in terms of just like the one that just continues to impress me, like I've done this for a while. I've done a lot of casting, and
Hmm.
just continuously, I would make calls and be like, "This person is dead." No? So
Yeah.
very very surprised by that.
Yeah, he was pretty clutch in both games, huh? The first game, I think he was saving Kerrigan a lot, right? Because Kerrigan was perpetually almost dead. And in the last one, like a true tank, I'm not paying attention to the rest of my team, right? So I don't even know who else was getting saved other than everybody.
There were definitely times I was
So
like, "Okay, Johanna is falling sorting in." Don't know what they expect to happen for that because the rest of the team
yeah,
is on the
there's
other side of the map.
a couple risky ones, right? Yeah, and then you're counting your D down, and you're like, "Yep, I can, I can trade out," and it's like, "Oh, I got another second until," and then you're dead, right? So always fall in and then use your trade, right? Not the other way around. So yeah, fun games though, right?
Oh, absolutely. It was a blast to cast this series. Would do again.
Sweet, 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 sweet.
So clearly, that means
Well,
CCS. You need to do well enough in playoffs that you and Knife Party play again so I can cast it.
right? Yeah. So thanks again, and one last thank you to our sponsors, Raid Shadow Legends and Skillshare.
Thank you very much for being here.
Yep.
Enjoy the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Yeah. All right. Have a good day.
You too. And with that, let me go ahead and find out who we can raid. Because uh, I just I streamed Persona 5 for several hours and then I casted 2 games, so I am definitely ready to do a collapse. But it does look like one of my friends is streaming, so we're gonna go over and say hi to Kairu.